afternoon. Welcome, everybody. Honorable Prime Minister, Ms. Silveria Jacobs, Honorable Minister of Finance, Mr. Artwell Irion, Honorable Minister of Romy, Mr. Egbert Duran, Chairman of the Board, Mr. Arjen Albers, former Chairman of the Board, the APS Board, Mr. Franklin Richards, members of the Investment Committee, APS Director, Mrs. Nadia Cruz van Putten, distinguished guests, APS staff, residents, members of the press, and of course viewers online. Welcome to our official ribbon cutting ceremony at Oryx Residences. First, let me announce a small change in the program, however important. It says in the program that the fourth speaker at number 6 in the program will be the Minister of Finance, the Honourable Mr. Artwell Irion. Instead, that will be the Honourable Prime Minister, Ms. Silveria Jacobs. As well as for the ribbon cutting, that will be done by Ms. Silveria Jacobs as well. Welcome to Oryx Residences. My name is Barbara Vanderwood. I am APS Communications Officer. This was my first time establishing protocol, so I apologize for any mistakes I may have made. Today we celebrate Oryx Residences. In September the 1st, residents moved in. Today, nearly all apartments and townhouses are sold or tenanted. Due to COVID-19, this event will be mostly virtual. That is why we have a live stream. We have a limited amount of guests physically present. So that means if you're physically invited here, you must be really important, I'm just saying. We have preventative measures. We have hand sanitizer. We have face shields, face masks, all to minimize the risk of the spread of the COVID-19 virus. The residents we invited as well, they are welcome to join via live stream or via their balcony, via their parking lots. So welcome all residents as well. We have 5 speakers today, 3 from APS. Also, I'm very happy to introduce the Honourable Prime Minister, Ms. Silveria Jacobs, who will say a few words. And our first resident, Mr. Kern Saunders, will also say a few words today.
My name is Arjen Albers, as announced. I have the pleasure to address you as the interim chairman of APS. I have to acknowledge the presence at this moment of our former chairman, Franklin Richards, who has guided APS through its first decade and beyond, and who I have the pleasure of replacing temporarily as Mr. Richards has to step down on account of the age rules that apply to our organization's board. So in the meantime, we are working on the appointment of a new permanent chairman. So we are here together to formally open this magnificent project. And having said that, we can't escape that we are here against the backdrop of some very significant events that befell our island over the past few years, right? Still reeling from the effects of Hurricane Irma. We and everybody else in the world has been hit by the COVID crisis. And our island has, fair to say, has been especially heavily hit by both crises. So as a pension fund, at any given time, is our responsibility to invest our monies, the premiums that are entrusted to us, in a profitable fashion, in order to ensure the pensions of our future retirees. By the time people retire, we made their premiums into a sufficient pension as stipulated by the law. Now that is enough of a challenge at the best of times, but there is more. Right? When investing such large sums of money, especially in a small community, you have an extra responsibility. You have the obligation to look beyond just chasing the highest yield of your money. You have to look at your corporate social responsibility as well. You have to invest, at least that is our opinion and our strategic view, invest your monies in such a way that you improve the quality of life and you promote a vibrant and sustainable economy. So in short, express and apply corporate social responsibility. Now, against the backdrop, coming back to those recent crises that befell us, that corporate social responsibility has been highlighted with more clarity. It is now more important than ever, although this project may have its roots before the crisis I just mentioned, it is now more important than ever to provide affordable and mid-range housing to a market as, as ours, a market plagued by land scarcity and housing shortages, with the prices to go with it. So, you know, contributing to filling that gap is the least we can do. And in this way, our participants of the pension fund, don't have to wait until retirement to reap the benefits of the fund, but can already enjoy the fruits of their premiums while they're still working. So that was the idea, and that is what we executed. That being said, there were some challenges. So finding out how hard it is to actually, bring a project like this to fruition, and being confronted with the challenges that we are. On the building side, on the planning side, it turns out that it is really hard to meet a preset budget of building and realizing houses if you actually don't cut corners and actually do play by the rules. Then you build the houses, 62 of them, and you did some market research beforehand, and you saw people have a certain income and they should be able to afford to buy these houses and get them financed, and we're helping them with financing as well. Then you look closer when the time comes and you see that those people do have the income, but they're burdened with debts already that actually stand in the way of acquiring those houses. So, those are challenges that you can't have possibly foreseen for 100% beforehand. Nevertheless, we address those challenges, and even for those people who wouldn't be able to buy the houses straight up, we carved out a way towards ownership, right? So we started thinking about lease to own, or maybe outright lease if nothing else works, but at least, if not day one ownership, then a path towards ownership, because that is what we want for our participants, and that's what we want for the people living here. And so we had to think on our feet. We had to improvise. We had to, adapt our vision, our strategy, while keeping our vision, to get where we wanted. And that's why I'm especially proud that we are here today, with such a high degree of occupancy already in this phase. 85% of the 62 units being occupied right now. And that is only possible because the team that worked on it, within APS, and also the partners outside APS, but especially I want to highlight the team within APS at this moment in time, has been dedicated, determined, goal-oriented, and most of all flexible. And without this mindset and flexibility, we couldn't have arrived where we are today. I especially want to mention at this point Kendar and Nel, who managed the project management-wise, and lately marketing-wise, and Jelle Janssens, who covered the technical supervision side of the project. So that is how the project fits in our vision, what our larger goal with the project was, and we are immensely proud to have arrived at this point. I'm honored to be here with you and witness this celebration. And I think, Oryx is the first one, as far as I'm concerned, is the first project of many more to come. Having, fulfilled this project and brought it to the finish line, maybe we would do the second one a little differently, and the third a little differently again, but we showed that this is what you actually can do with pension fund money. Not only investing in property, but actually investing and giving back to the community, as every pension fund should actually. So within our portfolio, we have a very diverse portfolio, very large portfolio. Some of it is invested overseas, some of it is invested locally. But we are especially proud of this little gem. I'm proud to see it has become a visible contribution to our economy and the development, and our development as a country. And with that, I want to thank you and give the word back to our Master of Ceremonies. Thank you for your attention.
Good afternoon, everybody. Protocol has already been established, but I would really like to put a little bit of a highlight on our chairman of the investment committee, Mr. Robert Judd. Just want to point him out. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. That was it. I'm not saying anything else. Back to business. As a pension fund, APS is responsible for ensuring that there is sufficient capital to pay out pensions now and in the future. And to achieve this, we focus on growing our capital by way of investments. 60% of our investments are local, ensuring the flow of funds within our economy and contributing to the further development of our country. Naturally, the economics of it all plays a vital role in our decision making, but equally so does the social development aspect. While our role as a pension fund is clearly defined in the law, our approach to execution is what sets us apart from other institutions and brings us closer to our community. Being here today, physically, or watching via the online live stream, imagine, would I have said that a year ago? I don't think so. I hope that you will see and maybe even feel why this project, RX Residences, is so important to us. The APS vision, mission, core values are not just empty words, that you hang in the office and just look at them while going to get your coffee. They are this, what you see around you. This, right here and right now. Our RX Residences is just one of the several examples of our commitment to our participants and our community in large, now and in the future. You know already, when you see me, that when I'm somewhere, we set very high professional standards for ourselves. And this we do to meet the demands of our participants and to drive us to exceed their expectations. For RX Residences, we did just that. Many thought this will still be empty. Many thought it would fail. But look around you. I have people every day asking me if they can please still get a home, but we barely have any left. As a pension fund, we've taken the non-traditional route and played the role of developer in addition to investor. A bold, very bold, and rather life-changing move. Bold because obviously I'm not a real estate developer. Life-changing because look around you. We have the literal making of a blooming community. Got a baby right over there, neighbor over there. It's just wonderful, and it's happening all right here, right now. With the many lessons learned leading up to this day, I would like to say that one of the most important lessons I was reminded of personally is that our decisions and actions as an organization should always reflect the consideration for not only the prosperity of the fund, which of course is very important, but it should also reflect the prosperity of our people here in St. Martin. And Mr. Alberts spoke about this a few moments also ago, and I call it aha moment that we had here at APS, because when it was time, when we were eager to start handing over keys, the reality sank in, because many of our prospective homeowners faced the possibility of having to walk away from their dream homes. Our initial intention, the way we had planned it, was that we wanted to offer 100% financing with Banco de Caribe, and we thought everybody's just gonna go and get a loan and a mortgage and it'll be over. But despite this attractive offer, many were not able to immediately qualify. However, with all the information we then had on our prospective homeowners, we knew what that space was, that space that was left between staying in the status quo or becoming a homeowner. And knowing what that space was made it possible for us to get creative, flexible, as our chairman just said. And by giving them that space, they would be able to boost their financial position and make the commitment with more confidence later down the line. And given this new scenario at APS, we immediately started to think on ways to make this a reality. With the prosperity of the fund and our people in mind, in a matter of weeks, 2 weeks, we were able to provide alternative financing solutions to our qualifying residents. Of these alternatives, our lease-to-own package proved to be the most attractive and opened what was once semi-closed doors for some of our residents today. At this point, I really want to thank our prospective partners, the sales agents, I see you, our financing partners, etc., for supporting us to implement these new alternatives. And I would also like to thank once again our ORIX residents for your trust, patience, and collaboration. I have some people here who have been literally on my WhatsApp for 3 years waiting for their house. So I thank you, you watching right now, for sticking it out with us for all this time, through all the phases. And without a doubt, this project does more than contribute to the sustainability of our pension fund. This is an investment towards the creation of generational wealth. I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. We are building generational wealth for our community and improved social economic status of our residents. In time, 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, we will reflect on today with what I would hope would be a sense of pride and of achievement. That is what my speech says, but I'm going to say we will be looking back on this day with pride and achievement, because this project is amazing. But I'll let you in on a secret. It's not complete as yet. Yes, the bricks, the mortars, brick and mortar is there, and LICA done with their work. But now it's going to really start, because I look forward to seeing the community bloom. Strangers become trusted neighbors, friends. Our children become best buddies, BFS. And for some of them, moving from a lease to owner to a bona fide homeowner. I'm closing off now. I would like to once again thank our participants for the trust and confidence in APS, securing your pension benefits, and contributing to the development of a country and its people, now and in the future. Thank you very much.
A few weeks ago, I was here an afternoon and basically saw in front of me what we had envisioned for this very courtyard. It was just about, the sun was about, it was about this time, so starting to get nearing sunset. And some of the neighborhood kids were outside playing on the seesaw. and on the swings, and some of the parents were sitting outdoors watching them. And that is the beginning, I believe, of community Oryx residences. That's what we really envisioned when we came up with this central area. And as you can see, it's here. And today, March 5th, is a really wonderful day, in my opinion, because it marks a very large milestone for us as APS and the projects department in particular. So over the years, we have stood at this property and had to deal with many challenges that arose. We had accomplishments, of course, where we were able to, for example, submit the building permit request. When we received the building permit, that was the moment to go ahead and be very jubilant within the organization. The clearing of the land, getting rid of all that bush. The first move-ins, the groundbreaking, of course, in August 2018, to welcome the first move-in, as I said, the first buyer into his home, his and his family's home, and each owner after that who you can turn over the key to. It is a wonderful milestone and a great accomplishment, and I think within the company we definitely celebrate that. But we've had challenges as well, as I alluded to before. For the past years, we also had to stand here or sit in, at that point, container offices, coming up with strategies on how to deal with whatever arose at that moment in time. And I trust you me, there were enough of them. I mean, I was involved in the building of my own home, but when you take on the project of building 62 of them, and you see how many parties are involved, how much coordination is needed, and no matter how much you planned, there's always that monkey wrench that shows up and throws everything out of whack. But nevertheless, we were able to find ways to deal with those obstacles and challenges that came our way. And as said before, we didn't give up. As a pension fund, we stepped out of our comfort zone, was said before, and literally rolled up our sleeves. Some of the sleeves are still rolled up, to ensure that the project was executed and completed as we had foreseen, and to the highest standard, as Mrs. Nadia already indicated. Taking on the developer's role was indeed challenging, out of the box, but it was most definitely a fulfilling role, and one that we learned many lessons from. With every completed construction phase and every information session, every partner negotiation, every signing, every viewing, signing of an agreement, we became wiser. And more importantly, we saw our goal, our vision solidify and come to fruition. Our commitment to offer first-time homeowners, both APS participants and non-participants, a high-quality, turnkey home for themselves and their family was becoming a reality, is a reality. Every day we come here, there's one more car parked, one more new face, and this is an awesome feeling. There was no question about this then and today, and we can definitely breathe what I just did, a sigh of relief that all those obstacles and challenges that we faced were not in vain. It goes to show that with a small team, small organization, APS is not really large, you just heard, 15 persons. The projects department, 3, with many partners that we worked together with, we were able to accomplish this. Today's successes, I mentioned partners, today's successes are not just APS's. We share them with our partners, some of which include IXI Design, our architects, Sika Design, also architects, ICE, engineering company, Gemini and Lecom, contractors, subcontractors, Windward Roads, WEC, Windward Electrical Company, Banco de Caribe, Key Real Estate, Century 21, Beds and Beyond, VIP Guards, our security service, our project managers, Hera 2 and Arcon Engineering, and many others. APS didn't do this alone. This is not only our success. This is a community success. This is a collaboration that has come to fruition. We have had the pleasure of working with these, and as I mentioned, several others for Oryx, and though we have surely expressed our gratitude to them before, I would once again like to say thank you, thank you, thank you for believing in this project and assisting APS in making it become a reality. Our partners have by taking on the role that they did, have allowed us to focus on what was already indicated as our core business. Our core purpose as a pension fund is to ensure that our participants are able to retire when they're ready to. We have to safeguard the pensions for current and future APS pensioners. And of course, our projects play a vital role in realizing this goal. Our projects are designed to meet the needs of our investors.
That's the kids who are supposed to be playing here right now, warning us.
I apologize.
Is it?
Yes.
Projects are designed to meet the needs of our investment appetite, the fund finance, just right, and to keep the fund financially healthy. To keep the fund financially healthy. If everyone can hear me? Yes. Okay. They are designed to give back to our community in a visible, tangible, and sustainable way, as stated before. Oryx Residences is the first residential investment project by APS, but as also indicated by our interim chairman, it will not be the last. I foresee that it will not be the last. As a pension fund, we have committed ourselves to doing our part in further uplifting our community, establishing a community right here. And what better way to do so than to be able to provide a family with a home, the comfort and safety and security of their own home. That's what we do it for, right? Isn't that what it's about? We work hard every day, go out, and we want to provide for our families. And safety and security on the roof of our heads is what every individual wants for themselves and their family. It's a primary need. So again, I say congratulations to all of us, because this is all of our success. As APS, as the projects department, as this community of Oryx Residences, as the community of St. Martin, this is our success. Thank you.
As we sit here with our new reality that, as Kendra mentioned, this was once just bush in a Cahill area. And we see development going on all around the island. And some people never know from whence the project actually got started. Many of you may not know that there was a lot of controversy about this piece of land that was just bush. But at the end of the day, it was purchased by government for the development of homes and sold symbolically to APS for $1. That is what allowed this project to be able to maintain affordable prices for the persons that would then become the residents of this Oryx Residences. I am honored to be here at the Oryx Residences and to be part of this celebration, so that many St. Martiners have been afforded the opportunity to become homeowners. Homeowners. APS, this is indeed a great accomplishment and a testament of great collaboration on a public level between government and APS, whereby the majority, if not all, of our workers pay into this fund. So it is the fund of our workers that has funded this project, an investment whereby there is some percentages. Every year we hear the stories of how much must be made locally, and we have always looked for opportunities to be able to do so. So congratulations to you, and happy to see that we can finally see some life in this project. Today, standing on the land that is the foundation of the Oryx residences, we are here in what I would say a testimony of possibility. We are amongst the newest generation in the middle of it, right in the courtyard, of homeowners, local homeowners, as well as soon-to-be homeowners through the opportunities that have been outlined by the prior speakers. Especially, I believe it was the chairman and Nadia as well. Further, if you look around, I see community. If there was ever an example of tis we own thing, we can see it here. So I congratulate the residents of Oryx for taking these steps. You are indeed a part of a bigger vision for our country, where middle-class St. Martiners, whether born here or born to be here, can afford their own homes. I have always talked about a vision for St. Martin, and especially post-COVID has made it my business to continue to echo it at every opportunity. That St. Martin is a place where everyone has the opportunity to achieve maximum growth, whereby home ownership is an integral part of a growing and sustainable economy and a lasting testimony and testament of a major priority in our own culture. If anyone knows St. Martin people, it is a pride to be able to say, this is my home. I am not renting. In fact, it is our culture to own so that we can rent out. So this is, for some, maybe a first step. For some, this is the highest level they will reach. But for me, as long as we can continue to dream, grow, and find ways to continue to be economically sustainable, whether it is a stepping stone for some, a starter home, so to speak, because your goal might still be to have your own home with yard and all of the other amenities. It is a wonderful starter for many of, for instance, my former colleagues in the teaching world, whereby you still have to have a double income to be able to afford a mortgage and the like. And so we have a long way to go in terms of continuing to make homes available and affordable for the middle income families. There are many contributing factors to this. The availability, as I mentioned before, to meet the local demand, the financial capacity, as well as the burdens on an individual or the individual family. All these challenges have been exacerbated in the last few years, where the natural disasters have hit and devastated our economy. And then now, also, with the COVID-19 pandemic, we have been pushed just a bit further back from our social economic goalposts as a country. However, we do not despair. We always remain hopeful, because some say we overuse the resilient word, but it is who we are. It is what we are. It is why we, no matter when we fall or how we fall, we get back up, we dust off, and we go again. That's also part of our culture. Maybe now they call it resiliency. We just don't give up. And so I'm happy to be able to stand here to recognize that decisions made back in 2015, whereby we could see the signing of a lease agreement for $1 could come to today in 2021, though finished quite some time, that we are finally seeing life here at the Oryx residences. Collaboration. Collaboration between government and APS so that St. Martin can benefit and give back. Today, March 5th, 2021, we get to celebrate that this vision has come and become reality. This project will continue to contribute to our pension fund's sustainability. It will welcome many families home after a long day's work, play, or school, and provide a haven for young and old to enjoy the comfort of community close to home. I'd like to congratulate each and every resident, or let's say homeowner and homeowner to be, as well as the last few that will still be joining, because it is indeed a great feeling. But of course, with home ownership comes great responsibilities. And some people say, well, I better rent. Because all of the upkeep, all of the maintenance of your home, you can't call the landlord anymore. It is all on you. So something our finance minister has been stressing, which I'm hoping to see come to fruition, whereby more of our community can get the training in financial management, budgeting, and in fact creating more wealth for yourself so that you can be able to do the investments yourself and purchase a second home, maybe even. I'd like to extend the congratulations to APS and to Oryx Residences. I look forward to future collaborations for sustainable socioeconomic development of homes and even maybe other types of facilities that would benefit the people of St. Martin. I would also like to take this time to say, as a woman, Advance Women's International Day to all the ladies of APS at all levels of the board, management, and staff, as well as to all the residents, of course, and all the mothers who have taken the opportunity to take this big step for your families. As you know, the women are the rock of the home, they are the foundation, and they say the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. So it is no wonder that we are seeing more and more women in leadership functions, and I congratulate you as we have now together, government and APS, made it a possibility that 62 families can enjoy being homeowners right here in Cahill, a very nice neighborhood, and as uplifted, continue to uplift the value of property within our country. Thank you so much for your attention, and looking forward to, again, much more collaboration. Congrats.
I want to say that I'm happy to share a few words today with you on, buying the home here. For many people, to own a home is merely a dream. Hard work and perseverance is not always enough to make your dreams come true. Sometimes you need a nudge, a golden ticket, or in my case, an encouraging word from a friend. After Hurricane Irma, the roof of our apartment got damaged badly. And so this prompted us to start looking for our own home. We looked far and wide. We went to a lot of different real estate agencies, spoke to a lot of persons on the island, until I spoke to one of my colleagues and she told me about this project. We didn't hesitate and we contacted APS, and we actually went to the first meeting they had, I remember, in the office. The room was filled with a lot of excited, ambitious persons who were all looking to own their own home. The plan and concept were very appealing, and most attractive was the financing option. 100% bank financing was being offered, and you really can't get such a deal around the place these days. It was clear to us that APS was thinking on how to make home ownership accessible. Today, we are blessed to call ourselves homeowner, and as you see, we have the luxury of living in a pleasant, comfortable, and safe area. We were the first to start to move in, and we saw the community grow person by person, family by family, and now we are close to full to capacity. I must say, initially, when we came to view the place, my wife didn't really like it so much because she had her dream home of a standalone home with a flat, and she don't want to use steps and that sort of thing. But you wouldn't believe it, she's the most comfortable person here today. She comes outside and gets her fresh air. She likes to come outside and look the children play on the playground, watch the birds and the animals run around. And it's really a wonderful feeling for her. The children playing on the playground has added a new vibrancy to the neighborhood. Together with my wife and daughter, our small family will create many memories here for years to come. Oryx is not only the place we call home, but will be the place where our family will grow and our neighbors will become an extension of this. Oryx is a friendly and peaceful community, and we are proud to be part of it. On behalf of the Saunders family, we want to thank APS, people like Michelle, Knowles, and those persons who would have made a significant contribution in helping us to be here. And we say that may God bless this residence.